Have you ever wondered what lives in the darkest parts of our oceans? Thousands of meters below the surface, sunlight completely disappears. The water becomes freezing cold, and the pressure becomes so intense that it could crush a steel submarine like an empty soda can. Yet surprisingly, countless creatures not only survive there, they thrive. Today, we're diving into one of nature's greatest mysteries: how deep-sea creatures survive massive pressure that would destroy most machines built by humans. Let's begin. As you descend deeper into the ocean, pressure increases rapidly. For every 10 meters, or about 33 feet, you go down, the pressure increases by 1 atmosphere. At sea level, your body experiences 1 atmosphere of pressure. At 1,000 meters below the surface, the pressure reaches about 100 atmospheres. At 4,000 meters, where many deep-sea creatures live, the pressure exceeds 400 atmospheres. That's like having roughly 400 elephants standing on top of a single human. At the deepest known point on Earth, the Mariana Trench, nearly 11,000 meters below the surface, pressure reaches more than 1,000 atmospheres. This means every square inch experiences several tons of force. A human without special protection would be instantly crushed. Many submarines cannot even reach these depths safely. So, how do animals survive there? The answer begins with a simple fact. Most deep-sea creatures don't have large air-filled spaces inside their bodies. Humans have lungs filled with air. Fish closer to the surface often have swim bladders filled with gas. Air compresses under pressure. The deeper you go, the smaller these air pockets become. This creates dangerous stress on the body. Deep-sea animals avoid this problem entirely. Many species have soft, flexible bodies with very little gas inside them. Without air spaces to compress, pressure affects them much less. It's one of nature's smartest survival strategies. But surviving pressure involves much more than body shape. Proteins can be damaged by pressure. Proteins are tiny molecular machines inside every living cell. They help muscles move, digest food, and keep organisms alive. Extreme pressure can cause proteins to lose their shape and stop functioning. For most animals, this would be deadly. Deep-sea creatures have evolved special biochemical adaptations that protect their proteins from pressure damage. One important molecule is called TMAO, short for trimethylamine N-oxide. Scientists discovered that many deep-sea fish accumulate large amounts of TMAO in their tissues. This molecule helps stabilize proteins and allows them to function under immense pressure. In simple terms, TMAO acts like a microscopic bodyguard protecting essential cellular machinery. The deeper a fish lives, the more TMAO it usually contains. Nature has developed its own pressure-resistant chemistry. Cell membranes face another challenge. Every cell is surrounded by a thin membrane. These membranes must remain flexible to work properly. Under crushing pressure, membranes can become rigid and less effective. Deep-sea animals solve this problem by adjusting the types of fats within their cell membranes. Special fatty molecules keep membranes fluid even in cold temperatures and extreme pressure. This allows cells to continue transporting nutrients and removing waste. Every level of their biology is designed for survival. One fascinating example is the blobfish. Although often called the world's ugliest animal, the blobfish is actually perfectly adapted to its environment. At depths of around 600 to 1,200 meters, pressure is dozens of times greater than at the surface. The blobfish has very soft tissues and low-density flesh. It doesn't need strong muscles or a rigid skeleton. The surrounding pressure supports its body. When brought to the surface, the sudden loss of pressure causes its appearance to change dramatically. The famous ugly blobfish photo shows an animal outside its natural environment. Down in the deep sea, it looks much more normal. Another remarkable survivor is the giant isopod. These enormous relatives of pillbugs crawl across the ocean floor thousands of meters below the surface. Their tough exoskeletons and slow metabolism help them survive in an environment where food is scarce and pressure is immense. Some giant isopods can go years without eating. In the deep sea, patience is often a survival superpower. Then there are amphipods, found in the deepest ocean trenches. Scientists have discovered amphipods living nearly 11 kilometers below the surface. That's deeper than Mount Everest is tall. These tiny crustaceans survive conditions once thought impossible for complex life. Their cells contain specialized compounds that help maintain normal biological functions despite crushing pressure. Perhaps even more incredible are deep-sea snailfish. In 2023, researchers recorded snailfish living at depths greater than 8,000 meters. These fish possess unique skeletal structures and biochemical adaptations that allow them to withstand enormous pressure. Scientists believe they may represent the deepest living fish ever observed. The ocean continues to surprise us. Interestingly, pressure isn't necessarily dangerous if an organism evolves entirely within it. Deep-sea animals are adapted to constant pressure throughout their lives. The real danger often comes from rapid pressure changes. When humans bring deep-sea creatures to the surface, the sudden reduction in pressure can severely damage their bodies. This is why many deep-sea species cannot survive capture. Their entire biology depends on the high-pressure world they call home. Humans face a similar problem when diving. Divers ascending too quickly can develop decompression sickness, often called the bends. This happens because dissolved gases form bubbles inside the body. Deep-sea creatures have evolved ways to avoid such problems because they rarely experience rapid pressure changes. Life at depth remains stable. The deep sea is often described as Earth's final frontier. More than 80% of the ocean remains unexplored. Scientists continue discovering new species every year. Many of these organisms possess adaptations unlike anything elsewhere on the planet. Some may even help us develop new medicines, advanced materials, and technologies designed to operate under extreme conditions. Nature has already solved engineering problems that humans are only beginning to understand. Perhaps the most amazing lesson from deep-sea life is this: survival doesn't always require strength. Sometimes it requires adaptation. Instead of fighting pressure, deep-sea creatures evolved to live with it. Their bodies, cells, proteins, and chemistry all work together in perfect harmony with one of the harshest environments on Earth. While steel submarines need thick walls and sophisticated engineering, these creatures rely on millions of years of evolution. The next time you look out at the ocean, remember that far below the waves exists an alien world filled with extraordinary life. A world where darkness reigns, temperatures approach freezing, pressure reaches unimaginable levels, and yet countless creatures continue to thrive. The deep sea reminds us that life can flourish in places that seem completely impossible. And despite all we've learned, its greatest secrets may still be waiting in the darkness below. If you enjoyed this fascinating deep-sea fact, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more incredible science discoveries from around our planet. Thanks for watching.